You was turned up.
Yeah, on $18 an hour.
Period. Bro, imagine when I was like in college, if I would have got $18 an hour,
Yes,
I would have been millionaire status.
yes.
My friends wouldn't be able to tell me shit.
You couldn't.
$18 an hour? Hey y'all, it's your girl Fannita. I got a podcast. The show before the club. This is where we sit, chat, talk, and we drink. Bottoms up, bitch. Woo-hoo. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Bottoms Up with your favorite sexy, stunning black host. It's me, it's Fannita. And today, I have the baddest. You may have seen him on Are You The One? And he think he better than me because he got more bundles. It's Jonathan Monroe! Bow, 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 bow. That's that booty meat. How are you, babe? Don't flip your hair when I say that.
I am so good. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
I told you, I slid into the DMs.
You did?
I drove from Florida to LA. I'm back in Los Angeles, and you kept me sane throughout the whole drive.
And I appreciate you, baby. So really quick, just to get into this so I can get this on the record before we get into the show. Do you think you're better than me because you have longer hair?
No, I do not.
Is that all you?
It is all me.
How long have you been growing your hair?
I started growing my hair in like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of fucking years. But I cut it once it gets to like mid back to my waist. I cut it.
Once it gets waist length, that's just too much for me to handle. So I have to like snip it. Like I completely understand. I get that too. Cause like right now, my locks were literally inside my butthole.
I saw.
And I just recently went short because I kind of just wanted to start fresh. It was getting way too long, but I understand like what that feels like.
Yeah, it's like a new era for you.
Yeah. Wait, what would you rate my hair on a scale of 1 to 10?
A 10. But I am gonna say, I was super excited to see the length.
Okay.
You look so good right now.
I know. I'm getting because I'm going to Coachella this weekend, so I'm getting the twist back, so they're gonna be down my ass. I don't know. Long hair is just me.
But this is freeing. Like,
yeah, this is like
it feels
classy.
like the start of a new era, a new relationship. I don't know what you're going through personally, but
I do
it's
have
like,
a boyfriend now.
Yeah,
Thank
I like
you.
it, and you still look amazing.
Okay, so when you go get your haircut, you go to a salon, or do you cut your own hair?
I haven't been to a salon in probably 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I went, I think the bitch like sabotaged me.
She was
like,
mad. She was jealous.
The curly community, like the hair community
Mm-hmm.
itself is like super catty,
Yeah.
kind of like the beauty community.
Mm-hmm.
The girls there are just different. And I walked into the salon, I told her what I wanted, and the first thing she did was went in with thinning shears, like scissors, and I could hear the crunch. It was like crunch, 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 and I know what those feel like and sound
Yeah.
like. So I looked back and I just saw like layers of hair falling before she even like trimmed it, and I knew she was trying to get me.
Damn, hating ass little hoe.
Mhm.
Cut your hair.
But it was a salon, and I haven't been back.
Yeah. When did you move to LA? So wait, were you in LA? Did you move back to Florida, or you just came back to LA? What's the tea?
Yes, so I moved to downtown LA in like 2020, peak COVID, and I hated downtown LA, but I was
gross.
like making it work. I was like stepping over
The piss and
the
shit.
girls,
Yeah.
going to get a coffee, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out. So I moved back to Florida, and it was just like retirement central there. So I was like, I've got to get back to LA. I was traveling here for work like every weekend. It was like way too much for me. So I'm back. I'm in Beverly Hills, 90210 zip code. I've got celebrity neighbors, and I'm loving it way much more than downtown LA.
Okay, yeah, it's probably downtown because downtown is like disgusting. Downtown, if you have not been to downtown LA, it's Gotham City. It's zombies and it's the apocalypse. I hate it. It's so gross. Were you a fan of Hairspray growing up?
No, I've never even seen Hairspray.
What?
No.
What?
I haven't. Like where I come from, so I'm from Monroe, Georgia. That's where the name Jonathan Monroe comes from. I feel like my hood raised me. Like I am from the projects. Like I was raised in the hood. So we didn't watch things like Hairspray where I'm from.
So you was watching like Boys in the Hood, Friday After Next.
I was watching Barbershop, Baps,
Yep.
Double Platinum. Like those were like
all the classics.
mm-hmm.
What's your favorite? What do you think your favorite movie with like your favorite character that's had the best hair that you're like, oh my god, I need that. I need that bust down.
So growing up, I would watch a lot of Moesha. I loved Brandy with the braids, and then pairing her with Diana Ross in Double Platinum. That's just like icons meeting icons, and it was just hair and music, and that was like more of my vibe. Obsessed with Diana Ross, obsessed with Brandy.
Who's your favorite musical artist?
I don't know. My mood changes with music so often. Like if I'm cleaning the house, I'm listening to like Adele. If I'm filming, I'm listening to Beyonce. It changes. I would say my all-time, recently I saw Adele live in person in Vegas. Beautiful. And I had to go, I've been 3 times now. It's like breathtaking. She's so f***ing stunning and just vocally untouched. Yep. So I would say Adele probably.
Oh, period. I love Adele. That's one white woman y'all can't ever touch. I don't play about her. That's my girl. I love Adele. So were you ever like bullied growing up or for like, picked on? Because you said you started growing your hair out in 2013. So how old were you?
Oh, shit. I was probably like 19.
Okay.
Yeah, growing up, bullying, not much. I think bullying for me started more high school because that's when I started getting like super gay. Like I was trying to figure out if I like had femme energy or masculine energy because I've always been like an outdoor, nature, camping, primitives, take my shoes off, run through the woods type of bitch. And whenever I started putting on heels and makeup and like growing the hair out, I think we were in an era then where like the world just wasn't ready for that. I think kids in school these days have it a lot easier than we did growing up. Yeah, it's because I feel like
society's more acceptable, so it's like not as bad. It's probably still going on, but like back then, yeah. We had each other we compared ourselves to each other at school. We didn't have social media, Instagram, TikTok, like all the things that people get bullied for. So you could never really see anybody that like was similar to you or like had what you were doing, you know what I mean?
It's like you didn't know what I did when I went home.
Exactly.
But now the girls are posting it online every single day, so everyone's caught up. But back then, I remember I had a group of guy friends, all straight. I was like the only one that was like, these guys are cute.
Did they know you were gay?
Well, this is when I was in like 5th grade, it was still like everyone was just like playing fucking Teletubbies and having fun. But we created this like little small clique of like daredevil shit. Like we wanted to be Jackass so bad. So we were like ramming carts after school and like doing all this shit. And then I remember the transition from like 5th grade to 6th, 7th grade was huge for the straight guys. Like they wanted to be popular and get all the girls. And they realized I had a little bit more feminine energy than they did, and it was like Jackass like canceled. Like they kicked me out the circle. So that's like my realm of bullying. Yeah, it was never like beating me up in the bathroom or anything like that. It was just like I got what's it called when you get thrown off the island in Survivor? Oh yeah, what was it? You didn't get kicked off? Evicted. Yeah. Exiled. You guys. I was exiled from the group because I was just too fabulous for him, I guess.
How do you go from being a well-respected bank manager to being a contestant on Are You the One? Also, if you guys don't know, Are You the One used to be my favorite show on MTV. I don't know why they canceled it. But Jonathan was on the show, and then you can explain the premise of the show. And on Jonathan's season, it was the queer season, so it was a bunch of like bisexual, pansexual, and gay people all dating each other, which ended up being a recipe for disaster. Yeah. It was a very messy season. Very entertaining for us viewers, but I bet not as entertaining to live in it.
Oh my God, it was so chaotic all day, all night. But going from that bank manager position that I held, which I don't even know how in the hell that was ever on my resume. I had absolutely no banking experience. I'm not the best with money. Like money to me, I'm just like,
me too. I need to get better.
So I remember I was like broke as and I started looking on Indeed for like jobs that paid well. And I saw this one listing for a bank that paid pretty good. And I applied, I got the interview, and I went to the interview, and the lady called me after and was like, hey, we really love you. We want you to work with us, but can you cut your hair? And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not cutting my hair to work at the bank. So I ended up landing more interviews with this same bank. And finally, I got a hold of a bank manager that took a chance with me. She advocated for me. She called corporate HR and like got me the job. So I landed it. No banking experience ever. Like I was on day one, I'm like, we need to run the vault and all these numbers.
That's
I'm like,
pretty privileged.
What the hell is this? Yeah, I would say so.
That's pretty privileged in the flesh.
Yes, and I am forever thankful. She and I are still like super close because again, she took a chance on me. I didn't deserve that job, and I got it. I got a new car, a new house.
Oh, you was turned up.
Yeah, on $18 an hour.
Period. But even like, bro, imagine when I was like in college, if I would have got $18 an hour,
Yes.
I would have been millionaire status.
Yes.
My friends wouldn't have been able to tell me shit.
You couldn't.
$18 an hour?
The car I got had no AC, but I would ride to work with the windows down. My dress shirt had a sweat mark on the back when I walked in.
But like a drop top.
Yes, ma'am. And now I am.
Hey, pulled up in a Corvette, and he brought me these flowers. Isn't that so nice of him? I love when people give me gifts. I love being treated like the queen I am. As someone that has textured and curly hair, I'm excited to share Clairol's Textures and Tones came out with a permanent color range specifically for curly, coily hair types. Say hello to the new and improved formula and the new look while preserving curls and shine. Clairol has crafted an incredible color range for us girls. Lately, I've been having fun dyeing my ends, but then the next week, I'll already be itching to get back to my natural color, and that's when I use Clairol's Textures and Tones. It's so quick and easy to use and comes in 12 upgraded texture-loving shades. Clairol is so much fun to use, and let's be real, there's nothing like not having to leave their house in order to get what you want. I can do it all in the comfort of my own home, all the while saving me time and money from going to someone else to do it for me. The new Clairol Textures and Tones will give you the color you love, the moisture you need, and the vibrancy that lasts. With rich conditioners built into the zero ammonia tint and the proprietary moisture quench weekly treatment, your hair will shine with a glossy and intense color and with less damage. Clairol's mission is simple: to make every woman feel beautiful and confident and help her live colorfully through accessible, easy-to-use products. And let me tell y'all, I feel so confident with my hair, all thanks to Clairol. Try Clairol Textures and Tones for brilliant color and shine. Okay, so let's get into the casting, how you got on the show, all of it.
Yes. So I've done a lot of reality TV. So Are You the One is not the first.
Oh, you did one before that?
Yeah.
What were you on before that?
Naked and Afraid.
Oh my God. I feel like now that because I did have like a Naked and Afraid binge watch. So I think maybe now I do remember you from that.
Yeah, I was in South Africa, and I was cast for Big Brother, and I went and we were shooting promos like right before we entered the house, and I did this like YouTube reality show before, like way back in the day, and it had a huge fan base, and I got spotted in the hotel lobby of the hotel we were shooting the promos for Big Brother in, and I got leaked as like a house guest for Big Brother, and they sent me home that night. They cut me from the cast and replaced me immediately.
Damn.
Yeah, because cast of Big Brother is like super confidential. So I got sent home. A couple weeks later, I get a call from one of the casting producers, and she was like, my whole story arc on Big Brother was like, I'm the outdoors guy. I'm from the South. I like camping and shit like that. So she was like, I think you'd be perfect for Naked and Afraid. Would you want to do that? And I was like, yeah. So
how long did you last out there? How many days?
Here's the story and here's the scar.
Okay.
So I was in South Africa, and on morning 2, me and my partner woke up barefoot and naked, and we were like freezing to death. You would think it would be hot in South Africa.
Yeah.
We filmed in the winter, and it was so cold. So we were heading to this banana tree to like cut it down to get some firewood and some food. So I'm down between these two rocks, like hacking away at this banana plant, and I sliced my thumb off almost, and the tip of my index finger was like hanging. Medic comes in, and they're like, we have to send you to the emergency room right now. So I get like medevaced out into this like South African hospital, dirt floors, center blocked. It was like not the American experience.
Yeah.
And they were talking their like native language, and I was like, I don't know, and I was still naked in this hospital, like all these people around me. So they sew me up with like yarn, not stitches, and they send me back to do my exit interview because I had a medical tap, and they tell me during that interview that I can stay, and I was like,
with a sliced off thumb? I don't need no money that bad.
well, I stayed.
What?
Yeah. So I stayed because I'm like, no, bitch, like I'm doing this. Like I didn't come out here to like leave on day 2. So I film my like, hell yeah, I'm coming back like moments. And they tell me that if I am going to stay, that I have to take these antibiotics every like 6 hours, these 2 huge horse pills. And I had to like walk to get them like off camera because they didn't want to show me. They never showed any of this in the episode, by the way. And so like I did that for 3 days. On day 5, I was so full of antibiotics and no food that
You're passing out.
it was like so bad. So I chose to leave on day 5. They've called me back for like a redemption episode a time or 2, but then I was wrapped up in the MTV thing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go. But MTV was crazy. Are You the One? Crazy. A House Full of Queers? Crazy. I don't know.
That just sounds like a recipe for disaster. And
girl.
That was such a messy ass season. I wanted them to do it again and again and again. That season was so good. Because the season before that one sucked ass, but that season was messy. So, girl, give me all the tea.
Yeah. So I'm going through casting, and I didn't know that it was going to be a full house of queers. Like, they wanted us to be bisexual or sexually fluid. They did tell us that during casting, and I was like, yeah, like, I'll kiss a girl and like it, like, you know what I mean? So I'm going through casting, and I start seeing all these like extravagant like potential castmates walking in.
Very much a personality house.
And I'm like, bitch, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I'm in casting, and funny story, I saw my perfect match, Basit, during casting. And I walked in the room, and Basit, like, they have like PAs and shit there, and we can't talk to each other because like television shit.
Yeah.
But I remember I walked in the room, and Basit looked at me and said, "You're gonna make me break the rules." And as if they knew that they were like already cast, which they did make it so.
Yeah.
But I was like, I remember seeing all these other potential castmates walk in, and there were some fucking hotties. I started getting excited at this point. I'm like, oh shit, like, we're gonna be in a house full of baddies. Then production day, I walk in, I'm like the maybe 4th or 5th house guest to enter, and I'm like, what? Like,
a white refrigerator.
Exactly. It was giving very white refrigerator. And I look around, and the only person that I saw that I was like, oh, this is like something that I would go for, like if I were drunk in West Hollywood, was Justin.
Yeah.
Big, beefy, like military army guy. And, but that lasted for like 3 days. But on the show, they make it seem like I was like completely infatuated with him.
Yeah.
And there's a part on the show that I like have never talked about where Justin and I went on a date, which he picked me for. I wasn't the one infatuated.
Yeah.
But it makes it look like I go in for a kiss and he rejects me. We made out on the side of that boat for like 5 hours, like watching dolphins in the sunset.
No, they don't ever show that shit.
Never. So, but I don't know. It's all a blur for me. I remember being fed alcohol from sun up to sundown.
By like production?
Yeah. And
they keep y'all drunk and loose.
Yes. And they boom room happening like day 1, hour 1. I'm like, are we testing here?
Like, I remember a couple did go to the boom room like the first day, like, oh, you
the
guys
first
are
hour
horny. It ain't never that serious,
girl.
It ain't never that serious.
Never, ever. I didn't go into the boom room at all. Like, well, I went in there to take a picture and stuff. Yeah. But I never hooked up on that show. You wasn't busting it down though. No, it's like, I don't know. We're pulling queers from all walks of life, all over the nation. I don't know where you've been, like who you've hooked up with, what you're into. It's day 1, like, no, ma'am, get someone else to do it. The girls were doing it because they wanted camera time, and they knew the cameras would follow them into the boom room, and then boom, now you have a storyline. But I wanted my storyline to be completely different. I didn't want to be like the hookup king.
Yeah. So what was your reaction like watching yourself back and watching yourself on the show? Do you feel like the production painted you in a decent light, painted you in an accurate light, or they was playing in your face?
I had a redemption arc, like come episode 5, 6.
In the beginning of the season, I was like, Jonathan's kind of a bitch. Like, they make you look like such a bitch.
Yeah. A lot of people felt that way. And a lot of people, I got attacked and bullied. Speaking of bullying, I got bullied online when that show came out.
Yeah, I imagine. You was like enemy number 1.
And it was because I didn't understand queer culture the way other people in that house did.
Yeah.
I'm from the South, Monroe, Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know about them, they. And I don't know the correct terms and pronouns for everything. So when I would do my interviews or just interact with house guests, it was, they wanted to fight me.
Yeah, because I remember when you misgendered Basit, they had a whole like round table about it, and it's like I was like, dang, like it's strict in there, like it was like a mistake, and I can understand because I remember like, because I'm from Alabama too, I didn't know anybody non-binary until probably I moved to LA. Like, until I started getting on, like, social media and started, like, seeing non-binary people, like, I didn't know anybody non-binary.
Exactly.
And then even I've made my mistakes, and I've slipped up a time or two, but they put you on the fire.
They do. And they don't let up. Like,
they was jumping in bed.
Any moment that I would slip up, even in my confessionals, like, in there is, like, a producer with you, like a story producer, and I would slip up and use the wrong pronoun, and even production was like, it's them, and I'm like, girl, like I'm learning this today. Like give me a moment. And I don't know, it just felt really like targeted. And that approach, I just don't think helps anybody in the equation. I feel like
sometimes, like, I can understand some people are dickheads and some people try to like misgender people on purpose.
Yeah.
But then some people, it truly is just like
it's like learning Chinese sometimes. You know what I mean? It takes time to adapt to that type of environment,
and especially if it's not like in your everyday vocabulary. Then it's like a little bit, because like I remember when I like first moved to LA and then I started like learning about non-binary people. Now even when I'm just like talking regularly, whether I'm talking about like a cisgender person or a non-binary person, I use like they them just in conversation.
Exactly, to be safe.
Yeah, and it just helps me like get it in my vocabulary, so then I don't misgender people, because I don't want everyone to hurt anybody's feelings.
Good practice.
So now I'll refer to anybody as they them. Them doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So your relationship with Bassett, how's that, girl? You was not them. You was like, that was crazy.
So I really wanted to try.
Yeah, it was something different.
You know, I sat back one night in that house. I got really drunk. And I was like, Jonathan, you're in Hawaii. You came out here to try something new, not go for the same type. And this is the moment to do that. So I woke up the next morning like with a super clear vision that, okay, I'm going to give it all to Bassett. And I'm going to try. And I started learning a lot from Bassett, and it was beautiful. Like for a moment, I was like, wow, this is like super cool. Maybe this is what I like need to like try out. Yeah. And so I did, and we would like cuddle, and you know, I tried.
There's no chemistry
But
there.
you can't force chemistry, you know what I mean?
Chemistry,
And if I don't like vanilla ice cream, I'm not going to eat vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
So same thing with like, if I'm just not attracted to more feminine energy, I can't make myself fucking like that. And they made me feel like I needed to like make myself like that. And I had regrets, like even exiting the house. I'm like, maybe I made the wrong decision. And I'm like, no, bitch, you know what you like. Yeah. You know what I mean? But after filming, I was in my head and feeling like I needed to just like still give this a shot, because we did end up being the perfect match for each other, according to whoever.
According to the research.
Exactly. So it was a very in-depth matchmaking process. So I was like, maybe they got it right and I'm the one who has it wrong. So I booked a flight to New York City and I hung out with Bassett for like a week, and it was still the same vibes. Like we kissed a lot, and like, but it's like, girl, I'll kiss you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you let me. And
don't tempt me.
But yeah, it was just like, it was wrong. I almost rented a car and drove back to Florida because I just wanted to get out of there so bad.
Was it just like awkward?
Yeah, and it just felt very like forced to like, I don't know. I feel like. Did you feel
like maybe after the show and like how everybody was attacking you, did you maybe feel like, damn, like maybe I wasn't as nice as I could have been, and you were trying to like maybe like extend that little olive branch, or like it was like some like you felt guilty about maybe the way you were perceived and you were just trying, or you like were y'all actually cool and friends and you were just
we were cool. Like, I mean, Bassett's an amazing person. They are super talented too. And that's kind of what we connected on. I used to write like poetic music. And so Bassett is an amazing musician. Like, they can sing so good. So I was like, maybe we need to like pull off camera and try to intertwine our personal lives. Like maybe even if it's just like a business relationship, something could come from this. And so that's really what I was after. And if a relationship formed, then congratulations, it worked. Yeah. But it didn't. And it just, every time we were in the same room together and sleeping in the same bed together without even cuddling or like getting aroused at all, I'm like, okay, then this is not right.
This is not it. Do you ever get cornered at the family gathering and pestered by your wacky aunt about whether you have a boyfriend yet or how your health journey is going? While you may have to grin and bear it because it's your family, you shouldn't have to feel that way when talking to your doctor. When it comes to talking to your doctor, we deserve to have that zero filter. And you know what? No, my wacky aunt doesn't need to know I like to eat pizza every week. But hell yes, I'm telling my doctor anything and everything that I do with my body. Enter ZocDoc, the place where you can find and book tens of thousands of top-tier doctors, all with verified patient reviews. So don't settle. Go for the best and find the right doctor for you. With ZocDoc, you've got more options than you know. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doctor you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist. You can filter specifically for the ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition you're searching for. Ever since my schedule piled up, I don't have time to wait around aimlessly on the phone, waiting on a receptionist, or the time it takes to drive to my doctor and back. With ZocDoc, I can not only schedule things in advance right from my phone, now I can take appointments right from my home. Now I use ZocDoc, and so should you. Go to ZocDoc.com/bottoms and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/bottoms. ZocDoc.com/bottoms. Okay, so in your season, Kai was caught going to the Boom Boom Room twice in one day with 2 different people. Ooh. If you were in Kai's shoes and did the same thing with 2 house guests, which 2 house guests would you have taken to the Boom Boom Room on the same day?
No.
Nobody?
No, honestly, that cast, even looking back at it now, there is no one in that cast that I'm like, I want to hook up with.
Yeah.
I think Jenna's really hot. I love Kylie. Mm-hmm. Kylie is so fucking beautiful to me, but she's a little crazy. Mm-hmm. And I was flirting with production way more than the castmates.
You just like me for real.
Yeah, I really was. Like the cameramen
were fine.
Girl.
Yeah.
Like they were so hot. The sound guys, like they would put my mic on and I would like, say little things to them. So I would probably take like production to the Boom Boom Room, not a house guest.
Okay, so your season also won $750K. Mm-hmm. Can you disclose how much your slice of that pie was?
Ooh, so I guess I can now. I'm way out of contract.
Yeah. Been what, 7, 8 years?
Yeah, 2019 it aired, so a long time. So once we won the money, which
and y'all lost like $250,000, right?
We did because of me. But it was, so I caught a lot of shit for that too. But that was all strategy. What I did was I picked Justin to sit with at the matchup ceremony, which caused us to black out. Mm-hmm. But with selecting Justin to sit beside, and it kind of shows this in the episode, this is like where my redemption arc started. Mm-hmm. It allowed us to get a lot of answers, like who was a match and who wasn't. Mm-hmm. We got like 3 matches the next matchup ceremony. Mm-hmm. So me making us black out and losing $250,000 was really the come up, because without that, we wouldn't have got anything.
Yeah.
Now the money that we did get, these big.
You had to split that shit, what, 10 ways?
16 ways.
16? Oh, hell no.
Yeah. And it took almost a year, like months. Mm-hmm. We didn't get it right when we got home. And they really played with our prize money. They taxed it before they gave it to us, and then we had to pay.
For California?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They fucked y'all for real.
So we were ultimately supposed to get like $45,000 or like something a piece. I believe, again, it's so long ago, I think I got like $21,000. But I mean, 30 days in Hawaii and $21,000.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then I guess you had fun. It was a memory.
Yeah.
It was a memory.
Yeah. But there were a lot of gay queers when that check came in, because we were under the impression we were getting like 45, 50,000 each. Didn't happen.
Yeah. So then what did you do like after the show aired? Like what did you do for work? Or did you just start trying to do social media and building your following?
What did I do for work? Oh, I started working the show really didn't give me the following, or anybody the following that we thought it was going to. That was a time when like cable TV stopped and they weren't streaming on like Paramount like they are now. Yeah. Actually, our season just started streaming on Paramount like a year ago.
Y'all go tap in and watch.
Yes, ma'am. But so after the show, we all thought we were going to be like mega stars, and boom, reality hits and you're like, bitch, and don't nobody even know who I am, which humbled all of us. So I started working in an insurance, like car insurance.
Okay, period. The bank said, fuck you.
The bank said they would take me back pre-filming. I tried to go back and they would not hire me back.
Yeah.
So I started working in insurance and I absolutely hated it. I was miserable every day. And then TikTok came out.
Yep, and you started doing your hair.
So 2020, I made a TikTok, and right away, I started going viral. Like the moment that I made my TikTok account, it wasn't like a slow progression for me. It was like within a month. And I was like, oh shit, like maybe brands weren't knocking on the door yet, but views were coming in. And I was like, if I keep this up, maybe I can start working with like some brands.
And the haircare brands be having the paper.
They do. So I moved to LA. After maybe like a year of doing TikTok because it was really taking off. I did a couple brand deals and I was like, okay, I can make a career out of this. So I moved to LA. I was still working for an insurance company, and I remember very vividly, I was like my last day of training with this new insurance company. I was driving down Santa Monica in West Hollywood in the backseat of this like insurance car with like this insurance corporate person up there. And I was like, Jonathan, what the are you doing?
What am I doing with my life?
Like, you've been on multiple reality shows.
Yep.
Your viral videos are like popping off every other week on TikTok. Quit. So I went home. I didn't have money to fall back on. I quit my insurance job that day. Never went back, and
now you're here.
Now I'm here,
sitting pretty and thriving.
Yeah.
Are you still in a long distance relationship?
No, not anymore. Thank God.
So your boyfriend lives in LA?
Yes.
Does he live with you?
Yes.
Oh, I know that house funky as fuck.
It's big, so
I know it's big.
It's a lot of room for the air to.
What else is big? Where'd you meet him?
So my boyfriend that I'm currently with and probably will be with forever.
Oh, you let him down. That's your man.
Yeah, he is like complete opposite of me.
Okay.
He slid into my DMs when Are You the One aired. Ooh. And I ignored him for like over a year. And I was in a relationship at the time, not with Basit, but with someone else.
Yeah.
And so like
you're loyal.
I'm very faithful and I'm very loyal with friends and partners. And so I ignored the DM, and then my boyfriend and I broke up. I got drunk one night and I started going through the old DMs. And he was hitting me up way more often than I remember.
He was talking to yourself in your DMs.
Like,
oh, he wanted you bad.
Yes. And so finally I responded. We exchanged numbers. We FaceTimed, and the conversations were like 6 hours. Like, it was like that type of puppy dog love shit, like immediately. And he was living in Alaska when this happened.
Okay.
Yeah, he's military.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, you got you a hoorah.
So, not a hoorah. So.
Ew, I can't believe you dated a military guy. Sorry to Jonathan's boyfriend, but like.
No, he's retired now, and he's so out of that.
But is he one of them? Because you know what I'm talking about when I say military guy.
No, he's not like a drink Mountain Dew, dip, and shoot guns all day. But he is very big and beefy and cute.
Yeah, okay.
So
I gotta see him. You gotta show me a picture.
I'll show you. So I went up to Alaska. I flew there. Actually, the first time we met was in Houston, Texas. We have a dog named Houston.
Okay.
That's where she gets her name from. And I remember meeting him, and I was like, I'm very picky, I guess, because I watched the way he walked at first, and I was just like picking him apart for every reason that I possibly could. Yeah. And I was like, Jonathan, you need to calm down. And I relaxed. We went out. We had a good time. He showed me like where he grew up around Houston, and I've just been with him ever since. We've been together 3 years now. Oh
my God. When y'all move in together? When you moved back to LA?
No, he retired from the military. He left Alaska and moved to Florida. It was kind of shocking. If you want to talk about that real quick, I can.
Yeah, girl. Go
so
ahead.
I shot another show called Fight to Survive in Fiji.
Okay.
And they took Naked and Afraid cast and Survivor cast and put us on this island in Fiji. And me and him were already together for like 2 years at this point. Long distance though. He lived in Alaska, I lived in Florida. And I remember coming out of that survival experience, I felt so like refreshed. I was like away from all alcohol and food. It was like a real deal. I was there for a long time. And he called me and he was like, I'm gonna move to Florida. And I was like, what the fuck? He's always been against Florida. He loves mountains and snow and all that shit. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like, I was kind of scared, even though I'd been with him for like 2 years, and we've spent like every major holiday together. And like,
because you don't want to be the reason that he moved across the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know all of his friends and family know that they're gonna think that I made him move to Florida. Yeah. And I'm like, no, bitch, I'm never gonna make anybody move for me. Like, that's just not my style. So he moved to Florida. We moved in together. We lived together for like 10 months, got rid of my house in Florida, and moved to Beverly Hills. Yeah. And now we live together. We've lived here for like 2 months now.
Nice. And how are you liking LA your second time around?
I love it now.
Yeah. I think it was just because you lived in downtown.
Yeah. And I don't know. I do a lot of work in LA, but it's all from home. So when I step out at like events and like mingle with other influencers and like really catch up with the girls, the vibes are just kind of weird.
They're stank.
Yeah.
They're stank.
It's really, really weird. And that's just not, I'm genuine and I'm super honest and like I'm humble. I realize the following I have and the money I make, but I don't forget where I come from.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of these people do.
And then even if they don't forget where they come from, they've already came from the shit.
Yeah.
So this ain't shit to them.
Exactly.
Like they've been having summers in Montauk since they were a toddler.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know
That's
what
why I
I'm
don't
saying?
watch
They've been in the
Hairspray.
Hamptons.
Those are the girls who watch Hairspray.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. I've seen Hairspray.
Oh.
I love me a Broadway musical, but yeah, I feel like people in LA. That's why I be feeling like I have a disconnect with some of the LA girlies.
Yes.
Because like I can tell that like this has always been your life. Like ain't shit changed, but your following count.
Yes.
And we can't really connect on a deeper level. And then also sometimes I feel like, especially with certain influencers I meet in LA, I'm just like, you ain't never been around no real bitch.
Nope. They're so sensitive.
Like,
they want you to adapt to their feelings and emotions so much. And I'm like, no, bitch, I have a voice too.
Yeah. Or they try to like just like overcompensate or overdo it and like pretend. And it's like we're not cut from the same cloth.
No, baby.
And we never will be. And that's okay. But I just feel like sometimes being in LA. Now don't get me wrong, some influencers are cool. I have influencers friends, but most of my influencers friends unfortunately don't live in LA. But the people that I do know that are like cool in LA, I will say like it just depends on the vibe. Cause sometimes like yuck. Like it reminds me of like a high school movie. Like it reminds me of Glee almost.
Yeah. That is the main reason why I have always said no to events. Yeah. Like I get invited to a lot of shit.
I go to events, so you need to start coming so we can turn up, we can shake ass and like.
I remember very specifically, maybe we'll talk about this, the Beyonce event that I went to.
For her hair care?
Sacred.
Okay, yeah.
I remember I walked in and it was very cliquey. Yeah. Like there were, and I remember Gigi Good. Do you know who that is? She was on Drag Race, supermodel icon.
I probably know if I see her.
Yeah, she was so beautiful, and I remember she was so welcoming and like gave me a hug, and she's like, "Yeah, I've like seen your content and stuff," but I was like, "It's weird here." Like I was being real with her, and she was like, "You just gotta find your people."
Yep, that's what I say too. Cause like sometimes I'll step in the room and like obviously I'm very outgoing, I'm very talkative, I'm very like, oh my god, what's up, bitch, da 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 da. But like sometimes even I get uncomfortable in those spaces. Cause it's like I don't even want to like.
And that event was you couldn't bring a +1, so you have to show up alone.
Yes. Also, sometimes I feel like in LA, like the vibe, cause like most of the time, like I'm outgoing, I'm super friendly, whatever. I am not like that at events, unless people like are like obviously with my friends I am or whatever. But unless people are like coming up to me, I don't go out of my way to talk to anybody unless like I already have a relationship with them. Yeah. But if there's even somebody that I'm like, oh, they'd be cool to talk to, I don't talk to them because people in LA are so like. They think that they're all the Obamas, and like I don't go out of my way to talk to these stank ass bitches because it's like.
Isn't this where Michelle Obama sat last week?
Yeah, she is. But like their attitudes are so stank that it makes me feel like, oh, if I go talk to them, like, oh my god, yeah, like she was talking to me, like she came up to me, like, and it doesn't even have to be like that.
No, girl.
Like anytime somebody comes over to talk to me, I'm like, hey, boo, da 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 da.
Girl, we still go to Ralph's and Pavilions and check our mail.
Yes,
like, don't forget.
Like, sometimes it like they are so like nasty and mean that it's like I don't even want to. Even if I think you're cool, if I see your vibe at the party, I'm not even gonna say nothing because I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of me having to go up to you.
Period.
Because you're gonna look down on me for being nice.
No. Like, yeah, I feel that completely. And like I mentioned earlier, the hair girls are on another level. Like it's like this sacred space that anyone new that like comes into it, they like run up and it's like they almost like kick you out. And I don't know, like they think you want to like, just because you maybe draw some sort of inspiration from a piece of their content, they think that you're mirroring every move that they make.
Yeah, and then it, like if we're being real, how much content could there really be for hair? Eventually, all y'all gonna do the same shit. No shade. Get in the shower, wash your hair, put in leave-in conditioner, shampoo it, let the shit air dry, use a diffuser. I'm not even haircut. I'm not even haircut girly.
All right,
like,
career over.
Like I feel like if you get mad because you think people stealing your, everybody washes their hair, girl. Like I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is.
But they treat this space like there's not room for everybody. Yeah, and there is. Same thing with, I'm sure, like I don't do makeup videos or like I kind of tap into skincare. But I remember one time I did a skincare video and I was using like a natural remedy as I do with my hair a lot. And there was this like, I forgot his name, but he was like some doctor, super popular TikTok guy. He stitched my video and was like reading me for filth. And I was like, wait a minute. Like,
and then also what pisses me off about the internet sometimes is like, I'm not telling you bitches to go do this. I'm saying what works for me. You guys asked me what I did for my skin. Well, I use egg whites and goddamn mayo on my skin as a mask. And you don't have to do that.
And it works for me.
Yeah, and it works for you. I'm not selling no product out of a jar. I don't have a storefront. I'm not selling it on Etsy. I am just using a product that I like, the way that I want to use it. That is it. That is all. But everybody on the internet always has to be like, no. I'm not. Put the gun down.
Yeah, it's very that. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't released a product yet.
Because you know people are going to jump to fucking tarnish it too.
Yes. And like the moment, like
but that's why you got to do it to prove them wrong.
I feel like it will do well. And then the moment it starts doing well, that's when the girls come in and try to tear you down. Yeah. And I just don't live for that type of culture.
But obviously, I feel like you have really beautiful hair, and hair is something that you clearly have a passion for and a passion about. So I think you should, and prove the girlies wrong, and come out with the best shit. You got to come out with the best shit so they can't talk shit.
I know.
And then if they do talk shit, then they're hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I started it like maybe like 2022. I was like really gearing up to, I was like talking to manufacturers and like in labs with scientists. It's like some chemistry type shit. And it became like this process that was like too fucking much for me. And because I'm super chill, calm, like I'm just not about that. Like,
yeah, people be always being like, Fannita, you should release something. You should. Yeah, I like to just do what I do now. Like, I don't really like to do all that. Like, I'm not a I'm not a mogul, if you will. I don't care to like make money. Like, that's why I don't be selling y'all shit. Like, exactly. Because if I gotta do it, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I think my time will come. It will eventually happen, I'm sure. My team talks to me all the time about it. They're like, it's time to like release something, and I'm like, I'll do it when I feel like
ready. And you want to put out something that you're proud of. But speaking of hair care, what are your favorite hair products? So we're gonna start with leave-in conditioner.
Woo, my favorite leave-in conditioner, it changes. For the longest time, it was Pros. Yeah. I loved Pros like 2022. That was my girl. But now I've like opted into more like natural. There's this brand. It's a smaller brand, but Bounce Curl. Okay. They have the best deep conditioner for like in the shower, wash out, and leave-in conditioner. Obsessed.
Period. What's your favorite styling tool?
My diffuser.
Okay. See? Now the piece got a diffuser.
Yeah.
Straightener? You don't straighten your hair, do you?
I have a couple of times. I really did a lot of straightening in the beginning of like my TikTok pop off because people loved the transition from big curly hair to like straight.
Because you was giving Brazilian bust down.
Yeah. But I don't really straighten it anymore. I have a couple things coming up with like blowouts and like straighter hair. But yeah, it's not really my vibe. I don't like to ruin the curl pattern.
You look so good with curly hair.
Thank you.
And speaking of bald bitches, what are your top 3 tricks and tips for bald bitches that want to have good, healthy, luscious hair that are bald?
My boyfriend's bald.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is he a bald black man?
He's not. This is the first. This is the first white man I've ever dated.
He's white? Does he have a beard?
He does.
Oh, I know he's sexy. How much he weigh? Wait, 210, 215?
He weighs like 250, 240.
Oh, he's big. Wait, how tall is he? 6'3", 6'4"?
No, he's like 6 foot.
So he's like built.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's pretty
I have
big.
to see a photo.
But back to the.
Oh, sorry. Back to the hair.
Okay, top 3. I think I never really talk about this because I feel like people hate to hear it, but it's true. For a healthy, long, luscious hair, straight, curly, whatever, the top 3 things that I would recommend are sleep, diet, and workout. It all comes down to that, and no one wants to hear that or believe that, but like healthy insides and healthy physical appearance, it's gonna reflect on the scalp. It's gonna reflect on the hair. I go to sleep at like 8, 9 o'clock p.m. I wake up at 5 a.m.
Damn.
Yeah.
You better than me.
Yeah. I eat pretty good and I work out.
What if you getting them aloe vera leaves that you be cutting open? and how many eggs do you go through a week? Answer both those questions for me.
The aloe vera, now I have a big plant at my house that
so you can just use
it's been growing. But in the beginning, so aloe vera and me are like very sacred. That was my first viral TikTok video was with aloe vera. And I got that, you may have had this in Alabama, but Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piggly Wiggly, they used to have the best deviled eggs. Or like the red deviled egg, the pickled eggs. Have you ever had a pickled egg?
I've had pickled eggs.
Yeah,
but
that's what I meant. I meant pickled eggs, but pickled eggs are so good.
I like pickled sausage.
Me too. Did you ever have pickled pig feet?
I can't do that one. You ate those?
Yeah.
With a cold drink?
No, not with a cold drink. With some crackers. On a saltine, it was good. But yeah, I'm from the South. But I haven't had a pig foot in like.
My best friend tries to get me to do that all the time.
Probably since I was like in middle school.
And pig ear.
A pickled pig foot, like it sounds crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds
Does
crazy.
it have a hoof on it still?
It does.
Ooh.
It sounds crazy. It looks crazy, but when I tell you, it's so good.
Lots of biotin.
And like the texture of it is just really good. I'm not trying to convince you, but anyways, yeah, back to your aloe vera.
Yeah, so I would get that from the Piggly Wiggly, and I would just go home and film myself in my little 1-bedroom bathroom house. And but now I have a big plant at my house. It's from Home Depot, I think, or Lowe's or something, but it keeps producing. Like it's the plant that never stops growing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I've had it for like 2 years now, and anytime I need to do like an aloe vera hair mask, conditioner, whatever, I just go take one off. I was gonna bring you one today, but I don't know. It's a tricky thing to work with.
Yeah, and I do not have a green thumb. All the plants that I got put in my house yesterday, all of them are fake. Every single one of them. I do not like to keep things alive.
Well, press these in a book.
Yeah, well, actually, no. I'm going to put these in my vase when I get home. These are really beautiful. Because I have these, like... Well, actually, they are in a vase. I forgot to get to keep this. Never mind. I'm talking too much. Okay, so let's jump into a new game. This is the first time we're ever going to play this, and probably the last because you're our hair girly. We're going to show you slideshows of celebrities, and you're going to tell me if their hair is real or Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, Photoshop is getting crazy, girl. They getting all of us. I think somebody leaked my AI nudes.
AI nudes of
Can
Fannita.
y'all imagine somebody AI leak my nudes? That'd be crazy. Would y'all look at them? Be for real. Put it in the comments. Y'all will look freaky fucks.
I'm excited about this.
Okay, first on the docket we have Zendaya. Is this a real haircut? And if it is real, what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Is this a real haircut? I think there is some real to it. I think the top piece may be an extension or some sort of weave. I like it though. She has the facial structure for short hair. She's absolutely fucking beautiful.
She is. So you think this is like a real hairstyle that she wore?
Oh, that's the question. No.
Now you trying to clock her top piece.
I like clocking tops.
Ooh, let's see the reveal. That picture was fake.
I was right.
Yeah.
Sorry, sound guy.
Zendaya was in a bob. Next on the docket.
What do I do if I win?
We have this obviously fake ass picture of Kim Kardashian. This is so fake. That's not even believable.
Oh my God.
Anyway, give me the reveal, Devin. All right.
Yeah. I mean, the real hair is stunning though.
Yeah. You know, Kim don't go nowhere without a bust down. Her hair always is. What's his name that does it? Chris Appleton?
Yeah.
He's so cute.
He follows me on TikTok and never mind.
Ooh.
We were gonna film a collab together.
Y'all should.
Yeah, some shit happened, but
all right, it always does in this industry. Okay, is this a real picture of her hair or fake? AI or a real?
That's a tough one because I feel like I've seen this before it happen, but it looks a little lifted. I think it's real.
That was real. Yeah.
I'm so good.
Rihanna was definitely crazy as hell for that one. All right, next on the docket, we have Pitbull.
Oh, is that who that is?
No, it's funny as
girl. I think it's maybe real.
Girl, Pitbull has never had hair.
Oh! Sorry.
Okay.
That's true.
Next on the docket.
Dang. Oh my God, I remember when he did that.
Yeah, that was definitely
That's real. But it needs to never happen again.
Justin, we need answers for why the hell you did this. Who? All right. Anyways, that was
Is it too
real.
late to say sorry?
No. Is it? I think so. We have who's this? No. Bella Hadid. No, her sister. Bella. That's Bella, right? Gigi Hadid. That's really that's really cunty on her. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think
like Cruella de Vil.
I think it's Photoshop, but she should try it.
She really should. It was kind of giving. Is it? It is.
You know, never mind. I'm not gonna be the Love Is Blind girl who says she looks like Megan Fox, but
who do you think? You look
my
like?
comment section when I do a slick back bun, people are always like the male version of Bella Hadid, but I'm not saying that.
You look like Bella Hadid. How did you say that?
Girl, don't get me started.
Okay, Jonathan. Do you think you give good advice?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm from the South.
Period. I don't, but you hoes calling every week asking for my opinion on what goes on in your life. And I'm tired of hearing about these ain't shit boys y'all dating. Can we please talk about something new? I don't want to be that friend group where we only talk about y'all shitty ass boyfriends.
Get off Tinder and Grindr and find you a real man.
We have a call on the line. Hello.
Hi Fannita, love you so much. I tune into your podcast all the time, literally the highlight of my week. But my question is, and you guys can both answer this question. My question was, how do I live more in the moment and not stress about getting everything sorted, then enjoy my life. So I'm in this mindset of thinking that I have to like lose a bunch of weight or like look my best to like fully enjoy life. So I'm just wondering if you could relate to that and give me your advice on how you overcame that. But yeah, thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
You wanna go first? Or want me to go first?
I can go. I think it's simple. I think you have to wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and realize that you're a human.
Yep.
And you're yourself. Like you're no one else but you.
Yeah, you
I
have no
throw my
choice.
hair up in a bun. I
Yep.
go to the grocery store. I'm just normal. Like I like to live a normal life, and I think that's what people fail to do. Like when they're brushing their teeth, they look down in the sink. Bitch, look in the mirror and be like, I am me.
And you have to, here's the thing, even if you're saying like you're bigger or whatever, you think you need to lose weight to be able to go out, girl, you gonna be big. You don't have to just go out. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you start losing weight, it's gonna be a process. It's gonna take some time before the weight loss starts to show. So you can't stay hidden until that shit happens. Like go have fun, go be young, hot, and turnt, and go live life. Because if somebody is we are our own biggest critics. I promise you, the stuff that we notice about ourselves, nobody else notices and nobody else cares.
Period.
Like everybody has insecurities, but that cannot stop you. It's one thing to have insecurities. It's another to let your insecurities stop you from living your life to the fullest. You should never like dumb yourself down or dim your own light because you're insecure about something, because the world is out here and we're waiting for you. We're just waiting for y'all to get over your own self and have fun, because I promise you're gonna go out into the world, meet the right people, and you're not even gonna be thinking about the shit you were thinking about probably. You know what I mean?
Ooh, Deacon Fannita. It's my turn. I get to answer it.
Yep.
Hello.
Okay, I'm sorry, girl. I love you so much, Fannita. You are my star, my queen, everything down to the bone. So I just like have this thing, and it's like I just want your commentary on it. So I feel as though, like me personally, I like to consider myself real, and there are times that I'm mean, but a lot of times when I say certain things that are quote unquote real or me trying to be real, sometimes people construe that as mean. I just want to know your opinion on that, as far as like people considering certain things, like when people are being real, they're like, oh, that's so mean, that's so mean. And I also have this opinion of sometimes people want to be nice, but really I feel like a lot of people are just fake nice. They're not really nice. So yeah, I just want your opinion. I feel like you're a real ass bitch, so you're gonna have like your own honest opinion on this, and I just want to know. Love you down. You're my queen, and shout out to the other girls over there. Yeah, bye.
I feel like for me personally, because y'all know allegedly I am a mean girl. Do I think I'm mean? Yes, of course. Sometimes I think everybody's mean. However, I just don't hide the fact that I'm mean.
Not comma.
I think a lot of people. Here's the thing. I feel like when you're a blunt person and you're a straightforward person and you're real, society isn't used to that, because the way people are PR trained and media trained, everything is sugar coated. You have to say a whole bunch of filler words to actually get to the point of what you're saying and be like, well, I just want to let you go. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel. But I feel like if the people you're around know you, they know that it's not coming from a mean place. They know it's not coming from a malicious place. However, even with myself, I have found that sometimes I do say things, even though it's real, it is mean. So like, I just have to like think about what it is I'm saying. But half the time, like, sometimes it's just like people aren't accustomed to hearing people talk normally without all the extra.
Yeah. It's like, girl, I know your mama cussed you out.
Yeah, exactly. With all the extra sugar on it. What do you think, babe?
I think that people need to fucking relax. And even if you are super blunt, straightforward, I remember like my biggest growth spurts in my like personality development was when people were rude to me or being very blunt with me. So I think it's all about delivery. You can say straightforward, blunt things.
I think tone matters too.
But deliver it in like a way where you can still be catty, bitchy, and very blunt, but you know, it's the way you say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just people need to grow a fucking backbone and get over it.
Yeah, I feel like everybody wants to be coddled. I'm not y'all mama.
No, baby.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat everything for y'all. I'm sorry. Hello.
Hey, Fannita.
Hey, babe.
No fucking way. I'm hollering out, so I don't have any questions, but I just want to know who that new boy of yours is. Bitches and Vinny, don't play.
Get y'all fast asses out my business. Y'all is not knowing who my boyfriend is. Damn, y'all want to him? Y'all want to him for me? Like, I feel like every time y'all ask me about my boyfriend, y'all want to him. But I love y'all too with y'all little messy asses. Messy as Just messy as hell.
I feel the same way. Like
you want to my man. Like, why do you care what he look like so bad?
Even my boyfriend, actually, yesterday we had this conversation where he was like,
have you ever posted your boyfriend?
One time. And I'm so, like, I regret
bet his DMs
it.
was flooded.
Probably. But he was like, when are you going to put me in another video? And I'm like, if you don't sit your military ass down.
And you better sit here and look cute and be pretty.
Exactly.
You are to be seen, not heard.
Huh. Hello?
I want to be featured on your show.
Oh, well, here you are.
I am not popular by any means on any type of social media. However, I feel like I am a personality and light that can shine.
This is a job application?
Because I love your podcast. And you're extremely fucking hilarious.
She's trying to take your job.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm literally calling you right now, and I'm high, and I just got done taking a shower. But I really want to meet you, and I would love to be on your podcast. My Instagram is...
Cut it off. Cut that shit off.
Goodbye.
No free promo. Little bitch, you trying to take my job? You trying to come on a podcast? Here's the thing. All y'all, let me ask y'all something, man. Y'all ask me to come on my podcast all the time. Y'all always leaving that in the comments like, Fannita, I want to come on your podcast. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love y'all to death, but a lot of y'all are far too sensitive to sit next to me. Like I don't know if y'all can handle the heat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can handle the smoke. You know, it's because y'all see how I joke and y'all claim that like all my guests secretly hate me, and it's like I don't know if y'all be able to handle this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, but I am fun and I am funny, and I would love to maybe one day we can do a fan edition, Fannita's Fan Fiction live, and I actually have one of y'all be a guest on my podcast. But we'll talk about it. But I also don't want to end up like I don't want y'all to do some crazy shit and like slit my throat. You know what I mean? Like, what if one of y'all bitches is jealous of me?
If it's him, wear a condom, because he would say he was coming.
Yeah, literally. Okay, babes. It's closing time. This has been beautiful. I appreciate you so much for coming on. Tell the people where they can find you and what to look out for that you have coming up.
All socials are at Jonathan K. Monroe. And coming up, I'm working on like a passion project right now. A lot of my hair care is like home remedies, so I'm working on a cookbook for hair.
That's cute.
So you can make your own recipes at home using my formulas. So if you f it up, it's on you, not me.
Yep, period.
And that's it. I've got a lot of really cool videos coming out now that I'm in LA, and I'm so happy that you had me here. This was amazing.
I'm so glad you came. This was an honor. I watched your show. I loved you. I thought you were so cut and so cute. Guys, it's been me. As usual, it's been Fannita, the sexiest, the baddest, the prettiest, the most gorgeous. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Bottoms Up. Not Bottoms Up. This ain't my shit, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Pastor Red Time YouTube channel. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Fannita. And I'll see you hoes next Monday. Bye!